Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicleknight channel.
This video is sponsored by PTCGLstore.com, a great place for you to buy Pokemon TCG code cards. Please remember to use my code KNIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your supporting PTCGLstore.com. In today's video, I'll be showcasing this CROBAT with an upgrade thanks to the new Reversal Energy from the new PALDEA Evolve expansion set. You see, what makes this CROBAT really dangerous is because of its critical bite attack. For 3 colorless energies, you can deal 30 damage to any one of your opponent's Pokemon. And if it's knocked out, you can get 2 extra prizes, which is pretty insane because if you manage to knock out just 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, even if they are single-priced Pokemon, you will get 3 prizes for each of those knockouts. 3 energies to pay for the attack can sometimes be difficult to fulfill though, especially when you need it right away. But we now have an upgrade thanks to the new Reversal Energy. This special energy normally counts as a single basic energy. However, if your opponent has more prizes than you, this special energy will instead count as 3 rainbow energies, as long as it's attached to an evolution Pokemon with no rule box on them. Because of this energy, it is now a lot easier to pay off this attack. 30 damage though is not a lot of damage, so the best Pokemon to set up for CROBAT's attack is Alolan RATICATE. We're using this more for its Super Fang attack. For 3 colorless energies, you can reduce your opponent's active Pokemon's HP down to its last HP of just 10. And by setting up your opponent's Pokemon to just 10 HP, CROBAT can then take an easy knockout along with 2 extra prizes. And again, you may be able to use Reversal Energy to power up Alolan RATICATE's attack. And Medicham V actually works well with Alolan RATICATE in this type of strategy, thanks to its attack Yoga Loop. For 2 colorless energy, you can put 2 damage counters to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and if it is knocked out, you can instantly get another full turn. One downside to this strategy though is that after using Alolan RATICATE, you have to leave your opponent's Pokemon alive. And this will give your opponent a chance to heal up their Pokemon. So if they have a lot of healing cards in their build, this strategy will be a lot more difficult to pull off. Another challenge presented to this build of course is because CROBAT is a stage 2 Pokemon. But thankfully we have access to the stage 1 evolution card for Golbat because of its ability Discreet Draw. When you play this from your hand to evolve Zubat, you may draw 2 cards. And I've also included a copy of this CROBAT with the Drastic Draw ability, which works similar to Golbat's ability, but you may draw 3 cards instead. And sometimes its wing attack comes in handy because it has a cheaper attack cost. For just 2 colorless energy, it can deal 100 damage. And the attack damage output may be just what you need to knock out your opponent's Pokemon even if they healed their Pokemon after Alolan RATICATE deals damage to them. And this CROBAT's other attack can be useful too if you just need to deal some regular damage. For 1 dark energy, Venomous Fang deals 50 damage and it also poisons your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's pretty much the strategy for this build. When you're just setting up at the beginning of the game, just make sure you have at least 2 Alolan Rattatas set up because Alolan RATICATE will be your first attacker. And then set up at least 2 Zubats as well. So make sure you leave room for this in your board. And don't worry about your opponent taking a prize or 2 while you set up because you'll need this to activate your Reversal Energy anyways. Overall though, the win rate for this deck is quite low, especially with all the setup required to make it work. But besides that, this deck is actually pretty solid and it's definitely worth trying out. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. Now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing CROBAT with Reversal Energy. Alright, very nice. We win the coin flip and you always want to go first with this build because you have a lot of Pokemon you really want to evolve. Unfortunately, we're going to start this one with a Squovit in the active, which is not too bad. We have a switch and a level ball. You can get Alolan Rattata to start the game, but with no supporter cards in our hand, it's gonna be hard to draw into the cards we need. Alright, we got an Alolan Rattata, that's good. I could get a Zubat with this level ball, so 1 of each at least. And let's see what else we got here. We got 2 Raticates, we got both CROBATs, we got the Forest Seal Stone. We only have 1 Reversal Energy. Well, we have 1 in our hand, alright. That's fine. We're gonna get Zubat and put this Reversal Energy. I might as well put Manaphy, why not? Sacrifice that. That way we can always have Squovit. That 1 extra draw actually makes a big difference. We got a CROBAT, and we're just gonna end our turn. We're pretty much dead drawing at this point, which is really bad. But Squovit could just pull us out of this problem, and yeah, a really bad start. So my opponent's using Entei V
along with Arcanine EX. So we're going up against a fire type, so this is a pretty even matchup. The only thing is, if my opponent has anything to add HP to their basic Pokemon, got a right hand. Alright, we might have to use CROBAT again here. Draw one extra card. Nest Ball. Dude, that is actually really good. CROBAT is always saving us. Alright, we're gonna get Cricketune. We can draw 3 cards here. And that's gonna keep the flow going. We got an Iono. Look at this. Insane. CROBAT always saves the day, man. Yeah, that's fine. They have 5 cards in their hand. It's gonna shuffle it, but that's gonna help us to set up even further here. We got Heavy Ball, nothing here. 1 Raticate, 1 Double Turbo Energy, and Thornton. Okay, very good. Let's use Golbat. Use Discreet Draw to draw 2. Yes, please. We got 1 energy. That's very nice. I could start energizing my CROBAT line here, just in case. And then I'm just going to end my turn. So we have Arven in our hand. We can use that to get Forest Seal Stone, get an evolution for Raticate. We can evolve into a CROBAT. Even if they heal a little bit, we can even finish it off with CROBAT. And yeah, I think our hand is pretty good. Our hand is pretty good. So with 2 energies, oh no, they're gonna boss. They're gonna boss my Golbat. I think they know what we're up to here. You're gonna deal 180 damage, and you know what? There is no drawback to Entei's attack. They just keep attacking depending on how many Pokemon both players have on their bench. So, or depending on how many Pokemon they have. But, okay. We have to set up another Zubat line, so maybe get 2 of them. That way my opponent will not keep targeting our CROBAT line. Put this for Seal Stone on Cricketune V. Cricketune V is weak against fire, so that's an easy knockout for my opponent here. I could use that CROBAT though, but could use another Pokemon. I'll just discard these 2, that's fine. Get Eradicate. Reduce this Entei V's HP down to 10. And I could use Super Rod to recover my Pokemon, but I'm just gonna use Nestash for now and then draw 2 cards with... Alright, cool. Alolan Raticate. Perfect. Exciting stage. Give me a Zubat, please. There it is. Ask and you shall receive. That's what they always say. And probably just gonna reserve my level ball. And I'm just gonna use Super Fang to put damage counters on their Entei V. Now it has 220 HP and 10 HP left. And since they have a lot of 2 prizers, we can actually... Dude, they also have 4 Seal Stone. They could get another boss and boss our Zubat. And that's gonna be... That's really mean. That's really mean. But we can recover it. It's just setup is gonna take a little bit longer. But for the meantime, if they don't knock out Eradicate, we could just boss their... Maybe boss their other Entei V. And then, or they could just do that. Alright, present it to us. And get another damage counter to this Entei V. And that's gonna be 2 prizers. And if we can get Medicham set up, we can get 2 prizes, get another turn, and then maybe attack with CROBAT. But we have to set up our CROBAT line and energize it. But Reversal Energy is definitely helping us out here. And they're just gonna knock out our Alolan Raticate. Okay. If we can find another Reversal Energy and Eradicate, that would be awesome. We can use level Ultra Ball actually to get Eradicate. Double Turbo Energy is useful. but we need Raticate here to fully set up. Just gonna get a Golbat with this level ball. This is gonna get us 2 extra cards anyways. Maybe you can use Ultra Ball to draw into Eradicate. Alright, got a Zubat, but we might need it to use our Ultra Ball here, so we don't have to waste our double Turbo Energy. Yeah, I'll just sacrifice, so that's fine. How many bosses orders do they have anyways, right? So I'll evolve into Alolan Raticate inactive. If I can just dwindle down this guy's HP, we should be good. I can use Nestash. We still have Star Alchemy, so if we don't draw into it, we're gonna use Star Alchemy. Got Medicham V, alright, so we can set that up. We could try setting that up. Yeah, unfortunately, I'll just have to use Star Alchemy here. Alright, come on. Did I prize it? No, okay, we do have it. Alright. I always forget what's in the prizes. I'll always try to see what's there, but then I'll forget. But we do have another Reversal Energy, which is perfect for this. Now we can set up our Alolan Raticate's Super Fang attack, reduce this Entei V's damage, or reduce this Entei V's HP down to just 10. And I think I'm just going to use Super Fang. Alright, so now we have... My opponent has 2 Pokemon with 10 HP. We have Medicham V ready to go with double Turbo Energy available in our hand. However, the problem will be... because once they knock out our Alolan Raticate, we will not be able to escape. Unless we evolve into a CROBAT, which has free retreats, by the way. Alright, so they have their Arcanine EX, fully evolved, 2 of them, with no energies. But they can just easily retreat their Entei V if they have any switching cards, and just transfer those energies and attack with their Arcanine EX. But yeah, we will have to recover those reversal energies if they end up knocking out our Alolan Raticate. Or perhaps use Raihan, because we do have 1 energy in the discard pile. Okay, there's the knockout. But yeah, what I'm just thinking is that once we set up Medicham, we can get a knockout, and then we just gotta figure out how to get a 3 energies on a Crobat. So we're definitely going to energize Medicham V. We're gonna go for it, guys. See if we can get 6 prizes here. We need to get a Crobat to retreat. Just gonna use Nestash. I can draw 2 cards, an energy. Alright, come on, get me, please. Give me a Crobat. There it is! Perfect! And a Raihan. Dude, this is crazy. Yes, we can use Raihan. That's right. They did knock out one of our Pokemon on their last turn. So I might as well charge up this Golbat, and then we can just secure our energies next turn with a double Turbo Energy. Or I could use Roseanne's backup to recover Reversal Energy, maybe? Yeah, I'm just gonna go for that. Let's just go for that. We have some time anyways. Evolve into a Crobat. Retreat for free. And we're just gonna use Yoga Loop to knock out this Entei V. Alright, that's gonna get 2 prizes. 2 prizes. And it will also get us another turn. Dude! We got a double Turbo Energy anyways. Alright, you know what? We could just finish this off. We got another turn. Retreats. I'm so done. I should have just gotten the double Turbo Energy with Raihan. But you know what? We got it anyways. Critical bites for another 10 damage against their Entei V, getting us 4 more prizes. There it is, guys. 6 prizes in a single turn. Well, 2 turns. 2 consecutive turns thanks to Medicham V. There it is. Good game. Wow. I didn't know that was doable, but we got it. Alright, so my opponent wins the coin flip. We had 2 mulligan once, and we're going to start this game with Alolan Rattata. Manaphy, you want to hold off on that because you don't want to fill up your bench too much. You only use it when you actually really need it. And looks like we're going up against Koraidon EX, some type of fighting type build. Ting Lu is banned on PTCGL right now because he has a lot of bugs. So I don't think we'll need Manaphy in this matchup, to be honest with you. So I could probably just use Ultra Ball and discard Manaphy in another card, but you can use Mesagoza as well. Get another basic. So my opponent's just gonna put 1 energy on their Koraidon EX. They don't have any discarded energies, so they can't use its ability. We got a Nest Ball from our top deck, which is really nice. Probably just gonna use this to get Kricketune V. And since we have Forest Seal Stone tool card in our hand, we can definitely use that to find any 1 card from the deck. But for now, I can set up another basic Pokemon using Ultra Ball. And I could probably discard these 2. Oh, you know what? I'll discard Golbat. Because we can recover Golbat, but not Escape Rope. So we're going to go ahead and get Zubat. And we actually only have 1 in the deck. Which is... we have 2 prized. I'm just going to use Mesagoza here. We failed it. Okay. And then we're going to use Kricketune to draw 2. Nice. Okay, we got an Arvin. So let's see. Alright, let's see what we got. Make sure we know what we have. And we got both the reversal energies, very good. We have 3 double turbo energies. We need to start with energies, guys. Because we need to start energizing our Raticate. We need to evolve into Raticate and then energize it so we can at least maybe put down the HP of this Koraidon EX. I'm just gonna get another Alolan Rattata. You can definitely just draw into Golbat to draw extra cards, and I'm just gonna give it to our opponent, see what happens. I don't think they can attack this turn yet unless they have any other way to accelerate energy, so we should be safe. And then on our next turn, hopefully we can fully set up our Raticate, even bring down the HP of the Koraidon EX, and then go from there. Dude, they have a Machamp VMAX and also Cleavor V. Machamp, I mean, it doesn't really matter how much HP our opponent has. We have Raticate to just reduce it down to a single HP counter. They fail their Mesagoza, so they're not gonna set up anything with that. And I think we should be okay. Oh, you know what? I should have gotten the Hisuian Heavy Ball with Arvin, now that I think about it. We got a Golbat from our top deck, which is nice. Alright. Use Mesagoza to get Eradicate. Hopefully get a... Yeah, I'll use Golbat first. Let's draw 2. See if we get any energies. Alright, two Pokeballs. We have a Level Ball, Ultra Ball. Can get another basic from the deck, but we don't have Zubat. Could you start Alchemy to get Hisuian Heavy Ball, but... Let's see, I could get Alolan Rattata just to prep for the next turn. Yeah, I should have gotten that Hisuian Heavy Ball, but that's fine. That is alright. Just put that there. We are expecting this Alolan Rattata to get knocked out in the next turn, unless they have a boss, but which one are they going to target, you know? I'll get Eradicate, maybe evolve this. Even if they have a boss, we could just evolve either one of our Alolan Rattata. So I'm just gonna draw 3 cards here. We got an Iono, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and play that. I don't know, maybe it's disrupting my opponent. I mean, they can't evolve into a Machamp Max. We got another Eradicate. But it's in the active. I don't really want to waste my switch. Let's use Meowscarada. I'm just gonna continue to thin out my deck here. Alright, nice. We got heads. I could get a Golbat, draw 3 extra cards for our next turn, and that's gonna give us free retreats, actually. Put this double turbo energy with 2 our Alolan Raticate, so we just need 1 more energy to attack with it. And with the increase of attack of the tool card, which doesn't really affect us unless they attack our Kricketune V, that choice belt will increase damage. But because of that, they're actually not using the, what do you call that? The one that gives extra HP to basic Pokemon. So my opponent's gonna evolve into Machamp VMAX and also Kleavor V-Star. And they also have Aerodactyl. I'm guessing it's just Aerodactyl V because V-Star is banned from PTCGL as well. So there's the knockout with the fully energized Koraidon EX. They will not be able to attack next turn, so that puts us ahead in prize, but we don't really need to use our reversal energy just yet, but we do need at least 1 energy to power up Alolan Raticate. And the beauty about the strategy of this build is actually just keeping your prizes behind your opponents. Go ahead and use Arven, get the Hisuian Heavy Ball, which I should have gotten early on, and that's gonna secure our second Zubat. There's our second one, or third one. So let's go ahead and set this up, make sure we have a Crobat line, and evolve another one for Eradicate. Evolve Crobat to draw 3 with the drastic draw ability, and another Raticate. Okay, let's see where we're at here. I could use Star Alchemy here to get my energy, because even with all those draws, we could not get an energy. So I'm just gonna get this Dark Energy, and this could set up for our Raihan as well. So as long as that's in the discard pile, we could get, or we could use a Raihan and get another card from our deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use Meowscarada. Very nice, we got heads. And alright, Crobat to go on our hand. Alright, so the other one is prize as well, so we only have access to 1. So I'm just gonna use Super Fang on this Koraidon EX. So they cannot attack their turn, because that's the drawback to Koraidon's attack. So they will need some type of switching card. Lucky Ice Pop? Are you serious? Who uses that? Alright. I did not see that coming. Oh, and there's... Oh, dude. 180 damage. Tails. Alright, that's enough of that Lucky Ice Pop, man. Alright, that sets us back at least 2 turns. I could use Alolan Raticate again. Dude, that threw me off. Yeah, this deck actually falls apart with any healing, because if you can't deal 30 damage to your opponent, it's really hard for you to knock them out. Zisu, dude, that draws, it's basically, what do you call this? Copycat, but only your opponent's hand. Alright, so they did the pivot, so Koraidon EX can actually attack now because it removed the effect of the attack. So they're gonna get a knockout here against our Alolan Raticate. We can actually attack with our Crobat. So we just need a double turbo energy hitting for, even with the reduced attack, we can hit for 80 damage and knock out their Koraidon EX. Because the only other attacker they have is Kleavor V, but then again, it's still going to be able to attack. So let's see if we can draw into a double turbo energy. Crobat for 2. And alright, we got 1 basic energy. Alright, how are we gonna draw extra cards with this now? We already used up our Forest Seal Stone. Yeah, this really throws me off. 50 HP. I mean, if we evolve into the other Crobat, we could poison it because we have 1 dark energy, but we can't evolve it right now. Just get Nest Ball. We don't even have any basic left. Oh no. Alright, so this is setting me back. I'm just gonna put an energy to our Alolan Raticate. Use Mesagoza. See what else we can grab here. Do we have any other evolution Pokemon? We don't! No Pokemon at all. Okay. So I'm just gonna use Super Rod then and just recover 2 Alolan Rattata and Golbat. Because once we get something for prizes, we could set up our other Raticate. So we have one available. I'm just gonna set up another Alolan Rattata and then use Palpad to get Arvin and Iono. Use another Super Rod, get these 2, and that's it. Because we still have a right hand, we can still use that energy on the bench. Exciting stage for 2. Dude, we got a reversal energy, but it's too late. I already attached the energy on Raticate. Bro, okay. I'm just going to retreat into Alolan Raticate. Use this chase up attack to get any 1 card from the deck. I'm just gonna get a double turbo energy. So we can power up our Crobat and then attack, knock out the Koraidon EX. And then just go from there. And that's gonna secure us 2 prizes at least. And what you don't want to happen with this deck is to let your opponent get too far ahead in prizes. It's okay if and they got heads on their hammer. That's fine. Raticate's probably just gonna get knocked out this turn anyways. That is if they manage to retreat. Alright. That's gonna preserve our Alolan Raticate actually. So that I'm okay with that. But who to switch? I'm just gonna get Crobat in the active. And wait a minute. Was that a smart move? I don't know if that was. Oh, their Kleavor V-Star can attack for 2 damage or 2 energies. With 2 energies. That's crazy. Alright, so we're probably gonna lose Crobat here. I should have given the Alolan Rattata, to be honest with you. And then it does 60 bench damage? That's crazy. Okay, what to do? I mean, I could use Alolan Raticate. We do have reversal energy. I could reduce this Kleavor V-Star's HP and go from there. Let's evolve this one. Let's see. I need to probably set up another Crobat line. Just gonna evolve so I can draw 1 extra card. Thornton is good. But Medicham already has damage, so I can't really Thorn a Zubat. It's just gonna get knocked out. So I'll just use Super Fang on this Kleavor V-Star. I could probably use Medicham in the next turn, get us another turn. But that's only gonna get us 2 prizes, and dude, that lucky Ice Pop just came out of nowhere. Ruined our whole strategy here. If that Koraidon EX has 1 HP, we could actually get 6 prizes. We could have gotten 6 prizes. Alright, so my opponent's gonna hard retreat here. They could boss my Crobat. Alright, 200 damage against my Alolan Raticate. 50 damage. I mean, I could just knock it out with Crobat and start setting up another Crobat line. Because I can still just evolve into another Crobat, especially with an extra turn with Medicham. I'll just put my Alolan Raticate in the active for now. Worker. Let's go ahead and use Masagoza. Oh, you know, I should have used Worker. Ah, that's fine. Whatever. Let's go ahead and just use Worker. I don't know what I was doing. Okay. This is really bad. I'm just going to put an energy on Medicham. You can get an extra turn next turn. We're gonna be down to 1 prize next turn, unless they boss one of my V Pokemon, and that's pretty much it. So, alright. We're really falling behind. I don't know what else to do. They have 21 cards. I could try to stall, maybe boss up their Urshifu in the active. But they're gonna attack with Machamp VMAX here. Marnie's Pride, okay. Interesting. Revenge Buster, 220 damage. That's right. If their Pokemon have, any of their bench Pokemon have damage counters, Machamp VMAX can attack for a lot of damage for just 2 energies, which is pretty crazy. Alright, so I have one last ditch effort here. At least that Cleavor V-Star has 1 HP counter left. I could try and just... I have Reversal Energy. I think I'm just gonna stall here, guys. Get this Urshifu in the active. If they don't have any switching options, we might just be able to win this one, but I need time to set up here. Alolan Raticate on the bench. And I'm just gonna Yoga Loop this guy. So that's gonna get us another turn, right? Get 2 prizes, so we just need 4 prizes to go. We got a Zubat. It's still my turn. I could retreat, and then what I'm gonna do is just probably use Crobat to target their Koraidon. It's gonna take 2 turns, but it should be enough. Do I need Eradicate? I'll just get Zubat and exchange for Kricketune V, because I don't think we need Kricketune V as much, so we can evolve into a Crobat Draw 2. Alright, and that's going to remove all of our reliability. Not that it matters, because they only need 1 prize. But Rare Candy could also help us here if we really need to. We can retreat our Medicham V by paying this double turbo energy onto Crobat, put reversal energy, and I'm just going to target their Koraidon EX and hope for the best. See if we can use Artisan. Alright. Artisan is actually a really good stadium card for this deck. So I'm just going to use Critical Bite this turn. I think that's my only option here. And just put 30 damage on this Koraidon EX. Please, no switch. That's all. Yes. If they cannot switch out their Urshifu, we might be able to get our last 4 prizes with this Crobats. This is a super close call. And you know what? That lucky Ice Pop just ruined everything. We could have won this game already, but you know what? It is what it is. Alright. I'm gonna attempt to change my Pokemon here. They fail, alright. And that could actually make a big difference, because if we can't switch out... Oh, dude, okay. Which one will they put in the active? Rattata, okay. That's really bad. They're gonna judge. They're hoping probably for a switch or something. Please, no switch. Please, no switch. Please, we got an energy from that judge, actually. That's gonna secure it. If they don't have any switching option, we will win this game. Dino Cry? Are you serious? No way. No way. It worked. That's it. That's game. Oh man, that was a close one, man. I tell ya. So we're just gonna hard retreat. Use Crobat's critical bite attack, dealing 30 damage. Thanks to the reversal energy. Getting our last 4 prizes with Crobat's attack. And that will win us the game. Oh man, that was such a close call. This is such a huge comeback deck. Crazy game. Alright. That's a pretty close match. Good game. Alright, we actually won the coin flip, and we are going first. We're gonna start this one with Medicham V in the active spot, and fortunately we had to take 2 mulligans, so my opponent gets 2 extra cards for their first turn. Medicham V in the active is not what you want to see, but it's fine. We got an Iono, we can't use it just yet. Let me use our Hisuian Heavy Ball first. Okay, we have 2 Golbats and 1 double turbo energy. So those are pretty essential cards that you kind of have to keep track of. So just keep that in mind. So Alolan Rattata going in the bench and putting that energy. That's the first thing you really want to set up, because you always will be attacking with Raticate, Alolan Raticate for 3 energies to put the HP down, one of your opponent's Pokemon's HP down to 1 HP counter, or 10 HP. And Crobat will be your second attacker, so you can. It's actually really interesting to set up, because since you're setting up your Raticate, you won't attack until your second turn, and by that time, you will be setting up your Crobat on your third turn to get those multiple prize attacks. So it actually works out with this combo with Raticate. And my opponent's starting with a Mew in the active. They have Manaphy. We gotta get rid of that Manaphy, because Crobat's attack is actually considered an attack. It's not damage counter. So Manaphy will be able to block Crobat's attack. So we have to take care of that. And we are going against Meowscarada EX, and I have encountered this at least once in the ladder, and it is pretty scary. If my opponent can set up their Meowscarada EX and they have a lot of grass energies, and just look at my Alolan Rattata, it only has 40 HP. They can easily just knock it out. They can just knock out one of our Pokemon every turn, and Zubat is the same. It has super low HP. Yeah, there it is, 50 HP. This is such a bad matchup. But we have no choice. I will have to use Iono here to set up further. Maybe that's gonna disrupt my opponent's hand, but it is giving them more cards. Alright, we got Mesagoza and also Nest Ball. I'm gonna get Kricketune V. And then use Mesagoza. We got double turbo energy, but no Raticate, so this is bad. I could use Raticate, use Escape Rope. Alright, we didn't get it. So this is really bad. I could use Escape Rope and put Kricketune V in the active. That way I can draw extra cards. That will push out their Mew, but if they can evolve... Alright, they're gonna put Manaphy. This could be a good thing, because now we can target their Manaphy. Use Exciting Stage. Draw 2. We got a rare candy, but that's pretty much all we have. I have no other moves to make, so I'm just gonna end my turn here. We got a rare candy. We can evolve into a Crobat, draw 2 extra cards, and then go from there. I could attack with Crobat if we had a Dark Energy. And then, dude, they got heads. Okay, I'm so scared that they can get Meowscarada EX going here. There it is. They have a rare candy. That's the question. Culver's Experiment, dude. They're using the Lost Zone engine in their build. Why would they do that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just, I'm curious. Okay. Do they have a rare candy? Who knows? Maybe the Iono kind of threw them off. Maybe they had rare candy and then they lost it. Sometimes RNG, guys. Sometimes RNG will will work against you or against your opponent sometimes, and sometimes. All right. We didn't see Meowscarada, yeah, so that's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. We got a Zubat from our top deck, which is nice. We can actually evolve into Crobat. Use Mesagoza. Nice. Okay, so we can get Eradicate here. And then I could set up my other basic, but why would I, right? Let's go ahead and start attacking with Eradicate. And I'm gonna evolve my Crobat. That will lessen my hand, and I can boss their one of their Pokemon. Alright, we got another Zubat. Yeah, let's go ahead and put Zubat. Discard these two, and then I'll get Golbat. That way we can get one started on our next turn. Yeah, just we're gonna end our turn. Okay. So first of all, we gotta get our Koraidon V out of the active spot as much as possible, because my opponent will get 2 prizes for that, and we gotta get the Zubat evolved. Otherwise, they're just gonna knock it out. So you got another Sprigatito, but they're gonna end their turn. Okay, this is good. This is good. They are giving us a little bit of chance to recover here, because once they get that Sprigatito or that Meowscarada EX going, we're pretty much doomed. Got an Arven. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out into Alolan RATICATE. Dude, I'm going to cry if they have any healing options with this deck. I'm just gonna discreet draw with Golbat. We got basic energy. Alright, very good. Could start powering this guy up. And Serena can help us draw extra cards, or we can use Arven to get an item card. But first, we're gonna use Mesagoza. Alright, we got heads. Got another Golbat. No, that one's prized, right? Yeah. That one's prized. Just gonna get another Alolan Rattata, because we actually have not set up one yet. We need to have a backup setup. And then I'll just get a level ball. No, let me get Ultra Ball. That way I can thin out my hand. And I can even use Thornton. But for now, we're just gonna Super Fang this Manaphy. Hopefully they can't recover it. We can actually use this to get 3 prizes still. So we're still in the green here. But I am so scared that if they evolve to Meowscarada EX and they use it to put damage counters, they can take out Zubat. I mean, Zubat's the only one that can take out with 2 Meowscarada EX. Okay, they're gonna evolve their barrel. They still can't set up. Alright, cool. There's Thornton. I can actually use that and exchange that Zubat into Rattata. That way we can secure an Alolan Raticate line. So let me get Raticate. We can evolve it even this turn. Use Thornton. Make Zubat into Alolan Rattata. Evolve this. And you can attach Forest Seal Stone on... You can actually put Forest Seal Stone on Medicham V, if you guys didn't know. As long as it's attached to a V Pokemon, you can use it. Let's use Mesagoza first. Alright, we got heads. Very nice. And then we can get this another Crobat and evolve this. So now they have multiple targets to worry about. Put our Forest Seal Stone and Koraidon V. Exciting stage for 2. Reversal energy. Yo, let's go. That's gonna take effect. Not gonna take effect because my opponent has not taken any prizes yet. I'm just going to have to use Star Alchemy. That way I can switch out into Golbat. So, if they're not gonna attack, we might as well just get... man, Yeah, I'll just have to get Switch. Double Turbo Energy would have been nice on our Medicham. Get 2 turns with it, but if we can't switch out, and I don't want to waste the energies on Raticate, so we're just gonna leave it at that. We got another Crobat anyways, and if they get ahead in price, we can use Reversal Energy. So for now, I'm just gonna use Venomous Fang to knock out this Manaphy, and that's gonna solve our problem. No more blocking our critical bite attack. So one thing about Crobat is its typing is good too. We can actually knock out this Mew. Can deal 100 damage plus 1 poison damage. That's pretty crazy. So with my Pokemon fully evolved, there's no way they can knock out any of our Pokemon using Meowscarada EX's ability. So we're pretty secure here, and they still have not evolved into Meowscarada. They're just not getting what they need to. I feel so sorry for my opponent. RNG is just going against them. I'm gonna go ahead and just retreat. Put this energy on Medicham V. I could get a 5 price turn once they evolve into Meowscarada. Use Arven and use Palpad. Recover Thornton, maybe Raihan, or even Boss. You'll get Boss and Thornton. I think that's good. And then use Mesagoza. We got Tails. Alright. Yeah, Mesagoza is pretty good. Can help you thin out your deck if you need to. So for now, I'm just gonna use Super Fang to put damage counters on Mew. Putting it down to just 10 HP. Alright, so here's the combo that we're gonna do, right? If we can... If they evolve into Meowscarada EX, if they can evolve it, I think Mew is a huge supporter Pokemon for their build, because that's really the one that needs that helps them to get item cards. So if they're not getting the rare candy from their deck, then they have a huge problem here. They got a Pokegear 3.0, so that's gonna grab them nothing? Dude, my opponent's RNG is super bad. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. But it is bad that we can't use Reversal Energy because they're not getting any prizes. But it's also giving us a problem here because they're not knocking out our Pokemon. But see, that, like I said, that's the downside to Reversal Energy. It's very useful, but it requires that you fully energize your, or you have to be behind on prizes. Unfortunately, we have to sacrifice Alolan Raticate's energies, and we're just gonna finish off Mew with Critical Bite, and that's gonna get us 3 prizes. If not, they're not gonna attack us, we're just gonna get aggressive and just get 3 prizes at a time with Crobat. So now we're down to the last 2, and with 6 prizes to go, we might be able to just knock out one more Pokemon here. There's the rare candy. Finally, they evolve into Meowscarada EX, and you know what, guys? Sometimes that's how it is, you know? And sometimes that's the challenge of Stage 2 Pokemon builds, is actually finding the components you need to evolve. But thankfully for this Crobat line, the Golbat as a stage 1 actually helps with the extra draw. I only have 1 rare candy in this deck, but you see, it's not giving us any problems with evolving into our Crobat. So this combo is actually not half bad, just put it that way. I'm gonna go ahead and put an energy to my Crobat, and I'm gonna use Venomous Fang, because keeping that 3 energies on my other Crobat might be essential to get us get it attacking again without any hiccups. So what's gonna happen here is, if they don't retreat Bibarel, I could just knock it out. I can't wait for it to... I can't wait for the poison because it's only dealing 10 damage at a time. Although we could just knock it out with CROBAT. But with the double turbo energy, it actually reduces the attack to only 10. That's why Raticate is very essential to this build. I could just knock him out with 1 energy and just start energizing my Alolan Raticate. And I'm just gonna knock out this Bibarel. Alright, so we need 1 more prize to go. So that's what it is, right? I guess that's a setback. This is a really good matchup because it really showcases what it's like if your opponent doesn't take any prize and you can't use reversal energy. I think this is a good lesson to be had with this type of build. But this also showcases how you can be aggressive with this deck as well, because your CROBAT lines can actually deal some serious damage. So Venomous Fang is good. The other CROBAT can also attack for 100 or even 80 damage. And there it is. If they had set up their Meowscarada EX earlier, I think they would have really given us a lot of problems, because we will not even be able to set up our Alolan Raticates or even our CROBAT, because they're just gonna continually knock it out. That's the big problem. But thankfully, they weren't able to set up at all, and it's giving us a lot of turns here now that our Pokemon have a lot of HP. But yeah, don't underestimate Meowscarada EX. It's a very powerful card. Just gonna put an energy to our Alolan Raticate. It counts as 1, so we have 3 energies now. I'm just gonna bust their other Meowscarada EX because they might not have double turbo energy on their hand. So I'm just gonna Super Fang this one, and that should secure our win for this match, because there's no other way they can get 5 prizes in a single turn. And all we need is 1 more damage to this Meowscarada EX to win us the game. And once we attack, yeah, we could use Medicham V, get another turn, something like that. Or we can use CROBAT to get 3 prizes by knocking out their Meowscarada. And yeah, there's the damage spread, man. 30 damage. You do have to discard an energy to use it. However, 30 damage is a lot of damage. That's 60. Like I said, we would not have been able to set up our Raticate or our CROBAT if they had been able to evolve. I think that Iono actually helped us to disrupt their hand early game, which is pretty insane. Dude, alright, they used the Iono. We're gonna use it back, but you know what? We're way too ahead in prize. I don't even think we need to use it at all, but that's that. They're gonna retreat with Escape Rope. They will get a knockout against our Alolan Rattata. However, yeah, they don't have mana to protect their bench. Either way, you can even use Medicham V to just put damage counters to their Meowscarada EX, even if they had a mana fee, and that we're just gonna get a knockout. So yeah, Medicham V is actually a really great addition to this deck. But we're gonna end this with our showcase Pokemon CROBAT, and we're just gonna deal critical bite 10 damage to their Meowscarada EX on the bench, knocking it out. And we actually technically get 4 prizes here, making this a what? 8 prize win. Alright, there you have it, guys.
And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.